Gemini, can you feel it? Something is shifting very subtly, yet enough to make your heart tremble, as if an invisible breeze is gently brushing through your soul. You may not know why you happen to see this video, but in truth, nothing is ever a coincidence. When the universe wants to tell you something, it arranges for you to hear it at the exact moment you're ready. In recent days, you may have felt confused, as if everything is spinning around you, but trust me, this isn't chaos. It's divine orchestration. Mercury, your ruling planet, is awakening the messages you've missed, the dreams you once buried deep inside, and even the emotions you thought you'd forgotten. Every piece is returning to its rightful place, softly, yet surely, like the wind gathering petals back to their branch. And this is the big shift your soul has been waiting for. A door is opening where destiny is rewritten, where you'll realize that every delay, every silence, every tear has been guiding you toward what you truly deserve. This isn't just change. It's the moment the universe sends you a personal message. Be ready, because your destiny is about to shift. If you feel something awakening inside, a light, a new breath, or simply the sense that it's time, pause for a moment. Hit like to hold on to this energy. Subscribe so you don't miss the next signs meant for you. And leave a comment below. I'm ready for my big shift. Now, treat yourself to a cup of your favorite tea or coffee. Sit quietly, and let me tell you a story. Because what comes next may change the way you see everything. Part 1. The universe's awakening message. The wind of destiny is changing. Gemini. Have you ever noticed that sometimes just a passing breeze is enough to make your soul tremble? As if the universe is whispering something so small, so personal, meant only for you. Others may not hear it at all, but your heart reacts. Its rhythm slows, your breath deepens, and your intuition stirs. It's time. If you're here, if you're hearing these words, this is not by chance. There are millions of souls in this world, yet today the universe chose you to receive this message. Because deep inside, you've always known you were different. You feel deeper, think faster, love harder. And sometimes, that's why you also hurt more than others. But that's exactly why you are called Gemini, the child of the wind. Adaptable, dual, natured, yet full of light. Right now, Mercury, your ruling planet, is retrograding in a fire sign. And when wind meets fire, there are two possibilities. It either burns or it illuminates. For you, Gemini, this flame doesn't come to destroy but to reveal. It shines light on the corners you've avoided, the memories you've tried to forget, and the dreams you've set aside, simply because you feared you weren't enough. Mercury's retrograde is opening an entirely new 8-year cycle, a cycle of awakening and destiny rebirth. It's reversing the old flow of energy, cutting loose, outdated attachments, and returning to you the most precious thing you once lost: clarity. You'll begin to realize that every unfinished conversation, every decision you regretted, and every person who walked away, all of it had purpose. None came to break you, but to help you see yourself more clearly through the mirror of fate. Imagine this. Across the sky, a golden current of wind is swirling, gentle, yet powerful, invisible, yet real. It moves through the layers of air, carrying messages from the cosmos, searching for your exact frequency. That wind is now changing direction, no longer blowing backward into the past, but moving straight ahead toward the future where your destiny awaits. Every time your heart skips a beat, Every time an unexpected thought sparks, that's the sign. The wind is touching you. And perhaps you've already sensed it, the air feels different these days. Everything is happening fast, intense, seemingly chaotic. Yet in truth, it's all being rearranged. The puzzle pieces of your life, your work, relationships, dreams, fears are all finding their rightful places again. Things that once felt meaningless now begin to make sense. The people you bump into, the short conversations, the dreams that feel random, all of them are signals. Mercury is sending your way. The universe is whispering through the wind. And the question is, are you listening, Gemini? Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the air around you. You might hear something not with your ears, but with your heart. A distant voice, soft as breath, saying, "Be ready. A new chapter is beginning." This isn't just a change in circumstances. It's a movement within the energy field of your soul. A rebalancing between logic and emotion, between ego and intuition, between your human self and the light within. And when you allow yourself to pause and listen, that wind begins its sacred work, sweeping away the dust that's covered your spirit, revealing the pure light that has always been yours. Today, let the universe remind you of this. You don't need to run anymore. You don't have to prove anything, nor do you have to understand everything right now. Just trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Every breeze knows its direction, and so do you. If you feel that something is changing even slightly, that's a sign. Because the universe never sends meaningless messages. It only speaks when you're ready to listen. And if right now you feel a part of your heart opening, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Feel the air move through your chest. That's Mercury's energy calling your name. Then gently hit. Like to keep this positive frequency. Subscribe so you won't miss the next message meant for you. And leave a comment below. I'm ready for my message. Write it as an affirmation, as a door you're opening for yourself. Because when you write it, that energy begins to expand. The wind will hear it, and the universe will respond. Now, pour yourself a warm cup of tea or your favorite coffee. Sit quietly, because the journey you're about to hear next will make you realize every wind carries a purpose, and you are the one chosen to hear this first. Part 2. The crossroad between destiny and wisdom. Gemini, have you noticed how sensitive your mind has become lately? A single thought can linger for hours. A brief conversation can open a floodgate of profound realizations. You may think you're overthinking, but you're not. It's because three powerful planets, Mercury, Jupiter, and Uranus, are forming a sacred triangle in the sky. A rare alignment that appears only when the soul needs to be awakened from the sleep of logic. Mercury, your ruling planet, represents intellect, language, and the power of connection. Jupiter, the planet of expansion, wisdom, and luck. And Uranus, the breaker of patterns, the planet of breakthroughs and divine insight. When these three energies form a perfect 120-degree trine, a gateway of knowledge opens between destiny and intelligence. This isn't ordinary knowledge, it's the wisdom of the soul, once hidden beneath doubt and fear. And now, you, Gemini, are being recoded to remember your true purpose. To be the messenger of light, the one who connects wandering souls through words, ideas, and emotion. Perhaps you've often asked yourself, why do I think so much? Why do I always feel the need to say something meaningful when others find it easy to stay silent? The answer is, because your soul was born to speak, not to make noise, but to transmit energy, not to convince others, but to awaken them. In ancient Greek astrology, it was believed that Gemini were chosen by Hermes, the messenger of the gods, who could travel between worlds, heaven, earth, and spirit, carrying the divine messages of the universe to humankind. You see, Gemini isn't just the symbol of duality. You are the bridge between worlds, between the visible and the invisible, logic and intuition, the seeker and the awakened. So this is not a time for silence. This is the time to speak, but to speak from the soul. Write, share, express what you feel, because the universe is waiting to hear your voice rise. Every word, every thought, every message you share can become a beam of light for someone still lost in the dark, exactly as your soul intended since the beginning of time. And do you know what's truly magical? When you allow yourself to speak truthfully, the universe begins to respond. People who vibrate on your frequency will appear. New opportunities will unfold. Doors you thought were closed will start to open again. That's the 120-degree effect, where intelligence transforms into creative energy and your words begin to shape reality. Gemini, you've always been blessed by the universe with a rare gift, the ability to turn thoughts into existence. If you think something strongly enough, long enough, it manifests. But remember, power comes with responsibility. The universe is reminding you to use this gift consciously, not to control, but to guide, not to prove, but to heal. When you speak from the heart, you send out signals to thousands of other souls, those vibrating at the same frequency. You become a transmitter of light. And right now, Mercury, Jupiter, and Uranus are working together to raise your vibration higher. Your thinking expands, your intuition sharpens, and your path becomes clearer than ever. This isn't just a time of information, it's a time of mental rebirth. When you realize that wisdom doesn't just live in your mind, but also breathes in your heart, that's when you step through the crossroad of destiny. Here, every word you speak carries frequency. Every thought you hold becomes a seed of the future. And Gemini, you are planting that future right now with awareness, with light, and with your awakened consciousness. Let the cosmic wind move through you. Let your wisdom become the torch that lights the way for others. Because once you begin to speak from the heart, the world will start listening with its soul. If these words resonate with you, if you feel a gentle warmth spreading through your chest, that's the sign you're aligning with the universe's new frequency. And to keep this energy flowing, hit like, subscribe, so you don't miss the next awakening. And comment below, I remember who I am. Write that as an affirmation. I remember who I am. Because when you remember, the universe remembers too. And that is the exact moment when you and destiny touch within the same breath of wind. Part 3. The flow of opportunity and the awakening of abundance. Gemini, have you ever felt as if luck is so close, just a breath away, yet somehow you haven't been able to reach it? That feeling isn't an illusion. It's real. Because right now, the wind of the universe is shifting direction and it's blowing toward you. What was once delayed, unfinished, or made you think, maybe it's not meant for me, is now returning gently, but unmistakably. And this time, it comes with new meaning, not as a test, but as a reward. This is the moment when Venus, the planet of beauty, love, and attraction, moves through an air sign. And that means your Gemini energy is being awakened to attract not just love, but also abundance, opportunity, and relationships that can transform your entire path. Opportunities no longer come from exhausting effort. They come from the frequency you emit. When your heart is open, the flow of luck begins to move. When you release fear, money, recognition, and love find their way to you naturally, just as breath finds its way into your lungs. The universe is sending you soul codes, subtle signals to let you know you're on the right path. Have you been seeing 111, 555, or 717 repeatedly these days? If yes, that's not coincidence. That's the language of the universe. 111 marks the beginning of a new cycle. 555 represents transformation and freedom. 717 carries the frequency of awakening, the signal that the blessings you once planted are now sprouting. And if you're seeing those numbers, don't just look at them, feel them, because they aren't just numbers. They're confirmation from the universe. You're unlocking the frequency of prosperity. Gemini, there may have been times when you worked so hard but saw no results, when you helped others and were forgotten, when you trusted and were hurt. But know this, what you lost was never gone. It's been waiting for you to awaken enough to receive it again. Blessings never disappear. They simply pause until your soul has learned what it needs to learn. And when you finally do, when you know how to open your heart without fear, to trust without doubt, the universe returns everything to you, multiplied. This is the phase where the gate of restoration is opening. Money, opportunities, recognition, love, respect, all are being rearranged. Every action you take from a place of truth, every word you speak with positive energy, all of it sends out waves saying, "I'm ready to receive." And when that signal becomes strong enough, the flow of the universe finds its way to you. You might receive an unexpected invitation, a collaboration offer, a message from someone you haven't heard from in a long time. Someone may tell you, "I always believed you could do this," right at the moment you were about to give up. Don't see it as coincidence. That's Venus working with Mercury, bringing you meaningful connections, destined allies, appearing to help you cross this threshold of transformation. From this point on, stop trying to go against the wind. Let life carry you within its natural flow, because you're entering the phase of alignment, the flow. And within that flow, you'll notice ideas come faster. Your words carry a strange, magnetic power, and those who once overlooked you are now drawn toward you. Receive it with gratitude, without arrogance, without fear. Because, Gemini, this is your most favorable cycle in years. And the best part? You don't have to fight or prove to keep it. You simply need to stay in your energy, honest, open, and ready. So as you hear these words, close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and whisper, "I'm ready to receive." Feel that warm current spreading from your chest through your whole body, as if every breath you take is inviting good things to come closer. That's how you anchor the frequency of abundance, not through effort, but through trust and allowance. If you can feel this energy, leave a comment below as your declaration. "I'm ready to receive." Because when you write it, you create an energetic agreement between you and the universe. And don't forget to hit like to keep this vibration alive. Subscribe to continue flowing with the stars. Remember, Gemini, the wind never stops blowing. It only changes direction when you're ready to fly with it. Part 4. The ritual to activate your new flow. Gemini. There are moments in life when the universe doesn't just want you to listen, it wants you to participate. Not through words, not through logic, but through a small action, a sacred gesture that answers the energy calling your name. And today is that moment. The moment you don't just hear about change, but begin to touch it, call it by name, and activate it with your own energy. Because remember, you are the child of Mercury, the god of wind and words. You connect worlds through language, You shape reality through thought, and you communicate with the universe through the frequency of intention. Everything you write, speak, or even think carries real energy. That's why today's ritual is called the ritual of wind and words. Step 1. Write what you want to release and what you want to receive. Take a blank sheet of paper and give yourself this quiet time. Write down 3 things you want to release, 3 things you wish the wind to carry away. It could be fear, an old relationship, or a habit that makes you doubt yourself. Don't judge. Just write honestly. Then, right below it, write 3 things you want to attract, what you wish to invite into your new journey. It could be opportunity, peace, recognition, or simply joy. Write as if it's already happening. For example, I am living a peaceful, inspired life. Because in Mercury's realm, words are the seeds of reality. Step 2. Burn and send it to the wind. When you're done, fold the paper, light a small candle, and gently burn it. Watch the flame dance. Imagine each word dissolving, rising with the smoke, merging into the air around you. You're not losing anything, you're transforming it. Go outside or open a window and let the ashes drift with the wind. As you do, whisper softly, Mercury, carry these where they're meant to go. Let the ashes become your message to Mercury's realm, where every thought is recorded and answered. Step 3. Listen to the wind. After the ritual, spend a few moments in silence. Play gentle music with wind chimes, or simply listen to the breeze outside. Feel it brush against your skin, your hair, your hands. That's the current of Mercury moving through you, reading the energy you just sent. Close your eyes and imagine everything you wrote, everything you said, is now being carried by the wind to the right place, the right person, the right moment. The universe hears you because you've just spoken in its original language, the language of intention. Step 4. Activate creative energy daily. To keep this vibration alive, create a small, meaningful daily ritual. Place on your desk an item that symbolizes air and wisdom, a feather to remind you of freedom, a pen to remind you of the power of words, or an aquamarine stone, Mercury's crystal, to purify energy and awaken inspiration. Each morning, before you begin your day, touch that object and whisper, Wind, flow through me. Grant me words and thoughts filled with light. You'll notice changes, ideas coming faster, clarity deepening, and opportunities flowing toward you. Because when you activate the wind, you awaken the divine intellect within. Remember, Gemini, this ritual isn't superstition. It's energy communication, a symbolic act aligning your mind, soul, and the universe on one frequency. And only when you act with faith does the doorway to miracles truly open. Now that you've completed the ritual, when the wind has carried away the old and brought in the new, come back here, press like, subscribe to stay connected with this current of energy, and write in the comments below as a declaration for yourself. My winds are open. Write it with faith, as if you're throwing open the doors of your soul, ready to receive all that the universe is sending your way. Because only when you say, I am ready, does the new flow begin to move. And Gemini believe this. From this very moment, the wind has changed direction. Part 5. The union of the soul and the messenger spirit. Gemini, if you've come this far, if the winds you hear no longer just pass by your ears but touch your heart, you've traveled farther than you realize. From those days of confusion between the two extremes within you, half strength, half fragility, you've begun to understand that your contradictions were never wrong. They were balance waiting to be found. Gemini was born with two souls in one body, a soul of wind and a soul of light. One part of you longs for freedom, to fly far and experience everything. The other part craves peace, to be understood, to be loved, to be trusted. For so long, you may have tried to choose between them, but today, as Mercury and Venus both speak as wind and light begin to harmonize, the universe wants you to know you no longer have to choose. True awakening doesn't come from dividing yourself. It comes from uniting your halves. When you allow both to exist together, reason and emotion, logic and intuition, ego and faith, that's when you return to your most sacred essence as Gemini, the messenger between worlds. You no longer need to chase the answer, because you are the answer the universe sent to this world. You are the channel, the bridge between heaven and earth, between souls seeking light and the light they seek. Each time you speak from truth, the universe gently vibrates, because your words carry the frequency of awakening. Each time you write something kind, the universe replies with opportunities, with love, with miracles, because Mercury has chosen you as the bearer of divine truth. Gemini didn't come here to live in the wind. You came here to become the wind itself. The wind belongs nowhere, yet everywhere it goes, it brings life. And so do you wherever you go. Whatever you say, write, or share, you're creating frequencies that guide other souls. One word of love from you can comfort someone across the world. One act of faith from you can awaken hope in countless hearts that don't even know your name. Do you see it now, Gemini? This isn't just a story about destiny. It's the return of your soul the moment you stop searching outside. And remember that everything you've ever needed has always been within. When you accept both your light and your shadows, when you learn to love every part of your contradiction, that's when you open the portal of truth. And from this moment on, remember, you don't need to wait for another sign. You are the sign. Every breath you take is a declaration to the universe. I am living my truth. And when you live in truth, the universe listens. So speak, Gemini. Speak with honesty, with light, with faith. Write, share, and shine, for every time you speak from the heart, the world listens with its soul. The portal of truth is open. Speak, and the universe listens. Now, if you can feel this, if your heart is warming, if you feel lighter, calmer, brighter, this isn't a fleeting emotion. It's the sign that your soul and your intellect have united. You are no longer two conflicting halves, you are whole. One who understands, one who trusts, one who is ready to live the mission the universe gave you. Let this moment be your sacred vow between you and the sky. If you feel this truth in your heart, pause for a few seconds, take a deep breath, and write below, as a sacred affirmation, I trust my destiny. When you write those words, you're not just affirming faith. You're sending an energetic signal to the universe that you are ready to live fully in your light. And don't forget to subscribe, because every awakened Gemini strengthens the collective wind, making it brighter, faster, and freer. Thank you for reaching this point. Thank you for believing, for opening your heart, for letting the wind touch you. And remember, Gemini, you no longer need to search for your destiny, because you have become the destiny the universe is using to change this world. The universe never sends you challenges to hurt you, only to teach you how to recognize the true strength within yourself. And today's video is a reminder that every upheaval is not an ending, but a doorway opening to a new chapter. Remember, Gemini, you don't need to search for the light, because you are the light. When you dare to believe in yourself, to release what no longer aligns, and to keep moving forward, even when the path isn't fully clear, That's when you're living in the true energy of your soul. If today's messages resonated with you or inspired you, don't hesitate to hit like to hold this energy, subscribe to continue this cosmic journey, and share your thoughts in the comments. Even just one sentence, like "I trust my destiny," so the universe knows you're ready for this transformation. Because when you share your faith, your light becomes a beacon for other souls finding their way. I believe that every Gemini who made it this far has already awakened the strongest and freest part within themselves. The universe is opening its doors. Opportunities are right in front of you. Believe and step forward. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue listening to the whispers of the stars.